guys! I thought it would be good to show you guys what it's like working nights as a doctor. I've done loads of night shifts in the past as a healthcare assistant. It's the first time I've actually done any nights as a doctor, and I thought that I could take you guys along for the ride and we can experience it together. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of my doctory kind of videos, then head on over to my playlists and you can see if there's anything that strikes your interest, and let's get into my shift. Hey guys, I'm on my way to a night shift and I thought I could take you guys with me so you can see what it's like doing a night shift on call. When you're doing an on call, you actually cover the whole hospital. And I've got myself some scrubs on, nice and comfy, and let's go see what tonight brings. At the start of my shift, I go to the handover room and have handover from the day team, and I get given a mobile phone. There's a triage nurse who gets bleeped from all the wards whenever there's a patient that needs reviewing by a doctor, and she will send a message to that mobile phone, so I receive it and then I can go straight to the ward and see what jobs need doing. So I've just been to see a patient with chest pain. He's got dilated cardiomyopathy, so I managed him, and now I've got 4 other jobs to go and do. So it's midnight now, which means I have done a third of my shift. I've just spent ages doing a load of jobs on the haematology ward, and the patients on there are pretty sick. So each one takes a really long time to sort of make sure you're coming up with the right management plan. I am now going to go to my next ward where I have 4 jobs to do. And then I think I'm going to have a little wee break and go for some food. It's about 4:20 in the morning. I'm just in the handover room. I've got some yogurt and fruit to eat. I've already had my main meal. I had some pasta, and I've got one of my little cookies. I've finished all my jobs for now. The other team members are off doing their last bits and pieces, and then we're up to date with our jobs. So it's a nice opportunity to have a little bit of a sit down. Tonight's been okay so far, and I actually slept really well in the daytime today. I'm not finding that I'm too tired, which is a bonus, but I don't want to speak too soon because there's still 4 hours left of the shift to go, so hopefully I can hold on till 8:30 in the morning. Just starting to get light. I love this time of day. You can hear all the birds singing. So nice. 6 a.m. now, and I'm just going to go and see a patient on the cardiac ward who's got some shortness of breath and chest pain. So that actually turned out to be quite an easy one to manage. She was basically really stable, she was fine, she'd been moved around from ward to ward over the night, and she was just really anxious. Her chest pain and shortness of breath settled when she was given some reassurance, so I'm happy and the nurses are happy. Finished my shift. Oh my god, it's such a nice day. Look at this sunshine. So I'm all done. I'm going to go home and I'm going to eat some food, and then I'm going to go straight to sleep. And I'm hoping, like yesterday, I sleep well, so I'm refreshed for tonight's night shift. So there was actually a bit of a sad end to my shift. Just about 15 minutes before I was meant to be finishing, my bleep went off and it was a crash call. And a crash call is where someone's had a cardiac arrest, so basically their heart has completely stopped beating. So I ran to the ward and got there, and there was a whole resus team, and actually, unfortunately, the patient died. But it was my first ever experience of going to a cardiac arrest, and I got to do some chest compressions, so it was kind of good to be able to help out at least, and useful to see how the team works in a cardiac arrest, but obviously a sad end to the night. But on a more positive note, it was a good shift. I got to help lots of sick patients and got to work with some really nice nurses, and now I'm going to go to sleep. So thank you so much for coming along with me on that shift. It was quite interesting filming as I was working. There was one moment where I was walking down the stairs, I was in the stairwell, there was a nurse coming up and she didn't realise I was filming myself, and I was like so embarrassed. Obviously I can't film myself on the wall. It was a bit of a challenge to film myself, but I hope you guys got a bit of an understanding of what my shift was actually like. At the end of my shift, I looked at my my phone that I was carrying with me, the work phone, saw how many jobs I'd done, and I had seen 34 patients on that night shift. So that's a 12.5-hour shift, 34 patients. So that kind of gives you an idea of the sort of workload. Luckily for me, there's a healthcare assistant that works overnight that covers the whole hospital, and she does all the bloods and ECGs and cannulation. So that kind of takes a weight off of the doctors. I hope you enjoyed watching what I got up to, and I will see you next time. Bye!